grant Arctic petals that hover around you. Once you have acquired enough of these petals, they will be consumed, creating a floral ice crystal near an enemy. Then, destroy that crystal to do devastating cold damage to everything around it.
Okay.
The Raven's Flock is a staff perfect for minion characters. Not only does it grant spirit reservation efficiency and minion damage, it also allows your minions to inflict grueling madness on hit, slowing enemies and making all other slows on them more powerful for maximum crowd control. That's not where this item shines though. It grants a skill called Spiraling Conspiracy. This skill causes a flock of ravens to circle you, dealing damage over time to anything near them. Killing enemies, or just by standing near unique enemies, causes the flock to grow, getting larger and larger.
Guys, I think
For
I
your
just
PoE
picked my
1
new
players,
build.
You can think of this just like a Raven Righteous Fire. That's not all, however.
Oh, dude.
These ravens are also minions, so they fully scale with minion damage and come with their own command skill.
We're playing this
Mad
for
Flight.
sure.
This command skill causes your flock to create a tunnel of deathly damage between a set. Skill, Crushing Fear. This is similar to the monk skill,
right?
Killing Palm,
That's a lot of leveling.
except it deals chaos damage, and the amount of damage and area of effect scales drastically based on the power of the enemy. As you use this, gain your stacks of Fear Incarnate, which increases your culling threshold, meaning enemies become easier and easier to cull.
Wait,
Even to the point of being able to instantly kill some monsters from full life.
What?
Sylvan's Effigy is a scepter for those wanting to run companions. It allows you
What
to
the
have
hell's a
any number of
companion?
companions of different types,
The fuck's a companion?
instead of the normal restriction of just one per type. But what makes this cool is the Asmerian Wolf
Dog?
companion it comes with. This is a persistent minion that bites foes to maim them, leaps to cause bleeding, and even howls to buff nearby allies.
Wait.
Additionally, it comes with the command skill Eternal Hunt, which when used it will howl, calling on the spirits to manifest spectral wolves to ambush all foes around you. Liminal Coil is a crazy wand. It allows you to apply as many curses as you please, but those curses will have no effect. What's the point then? 2 reasons. Firstly, your spells gain a bunch of extra physical and chaos damage for each curse on enemies. Secondly, is the skill it grants called Coiling Bolts.
What?
This skill is a projectile spell that fires coiling physical and chaos projectiles with every cast. What makes this skill truly special though, is that it will split and chain through every cursed enemy,
That looks
causing
really
an
cool.
absolute ruckus.
Like
See for
visually,
yourself.
that looks badass.
Periphery is a unique bow, which
Dumbledore
utilizes
build?
all
Yeah.
powers of the Asmerian spirits by dealing damage of all elements. And all elements can cause all ailments. The coolest thing about this bow, however, is the Asmerian Swarm skill. These are minions that are summoned when you kill enemies. They will pursue all nearby enemies,
fireballs?
damaging them and
Like the,
inflicting a debuff on them that boosts your elemental damage even further.
Jesus.
Watch as you mow enemies down, and the swarms of Asmerian wisps aid you, melting enemies one screen at a time.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
The Ordained is a new spear, mastering in physical and lightning damage, with high critical
is this
strike
the one
chance
from
too.
that boss?
This spear allows you to leech life not only from physical damage, but lightning too. It also creates a fragment of divinity nearby periodically. What are those? Well,
those?
this spear has the skill Righteous Descent, which is an epic,
Ooh,
divine leap,
Paladins have this in
aided
V4.
by angelic wings. If you use the skill when a fragment of divinity is nearby, it will become empowered, dealing significantly more damage, gaining massive area of effect, and bypassing its cooldown. When fighting a boss, let a bunch of the
So you can
fragments
just jump on
spawn,
them?
and then just unleash your divine havoc, obliterating them.
Jesus.
Last, but not least, we have a new unique jewel,
What's
Voices. Voices is simple.
That
It
was the
consumes
only
one
one,
jewel
right?
slot to add more. There are versions that add 2 jewel slots, 3 jewel slots, and for those who are absurdly lucky or rich, one with 4 jewel slots. Equip it and notice the slots appear next to your character's portrait in the center. One of the things we are concerned about is how long it takes for experienced players to replay through the game in each new league. As we learned from Path of Exile 1, one of the things that can really help is
You're gonna
having
shorten
elements in
Act
the
3.
campaign that tell you where to go, if you know what to look for.
Uh-huh.
We'll cover just one example per act for Acts 1 to 3, but there are many more than just these. For example, Hunting Grounds in Act 1 is a large, sparse area,
Yeah.
containing
It's usually at the
multiple
top,
entrances and landmark encounters.
Yeah.
Here's an example of some of the changes we've made here. Finding the ritual encounter in this area isn't too difficult. Now, after completing it, a trail of locusts will lead to the entrance to Freythorn.
Oh,
Just
wow.
follow it and find the source of the evil.
I think that's just better. Yeah.
You may also find corpses of dead animals, killed and pecked at by the crowbell.
And that's where the
You'll notice a
cocksucker
trail
is.
of blood
Yeah.
leading away from them. Follow the trail,
Makes sense.
and it will lead directly to the boss.
Uh-huh.
We even put a signpost on the road to tell you which way to go to find Ogham Village.
Smart, smart.
In Act 2, in the Mastodon Badlands, you need
It's
to
Act
find the
3 to
Lightless
me
Caverns
that's like-
and track down the Abyssal.
That's the hard one.
Now to make this quicker,
Takes forever.
in the level you'll find these cracks. Just follow them, and it will take you right to their lair,
Oh, that's
allowing you to
perfect.
find and unlock the Well of Souls.
Okay. It's Diablo 5.
In Act 3, the jungle areas have camps of explorers to sell you items.
Yeah, yeah.
However, they are now even more useful. By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. Not only that, but it will also reveal it on the minimap, so you
my
can know
God.
exactly where to go.
Holy thank God.
These are just some examples. We plan to
Thank
do
God,
more
bro.
and more of these over time in order to streamline the experience.
Yeah,
Now,
I got lost in
As
Act
this
3
is
a
an
lot.
in-game expansion, it makes sense that we would work on Atlas QOL. We've
Yeah.
added a search box that updates live as you type.
Smart.
Have a specific map you want to run?
Mountain.
Now they will be much easier to find. If there are multiple maps, hitting enter will move you from map to map. Now, making a character build in Path of Exile 2 can be pretty complex.
Yes.
And instead of designing a build yourself,
People
many
copy it.
players enjoy following online build guides.
no
We have
way.
a pretty awesome community that has built many tools over the years for
Are they
designing
going to integrate
builds.
this?
But we wanted to improve the experience of following them. So, we are introducing a new build guide system directly into the game client. Here's how it works. Community creators who write build guides can now create a new file format, a build file. Once downloaded, the builds appear in the in-game client, and selecting one will show you everything you need to know to make that build. So you
Oh
can
my
see all
God.
the passives you need to allocate,
No more alt tabbing
ascendancy
back and
points you
forth.
need to take, skill gems you need to equip, and recommendations for all the support gems you need to use as well.
Holy shit.
For items, the build designer can specify which uniques to use in each slot, or if needed, just add some notes to the item slot to say what kind of item you need.
So it's like a built-in guide.
In fact, build creators can add notes to just about any of these areas,
Oh my
allowing
God.
them to explain different trade-offs in context,
Oh.
or just give more info about how these things should be used.
This is just like I didn't even know.
They
I
can
needed
also
this.
give level ranges to each element,
Yeah.
allowing recommendations to change over time. Great for builds that need to respec after they reach a certain level. Now,
I
all of
didn't
this is
even know-
written
yeah,
in
I
a
didn't even know I wanted
standardized
this,
build
guys.
format that creators can use. And we imagine that a lot of community build tools will be updated to add support for this format. Now that we have trade market searching built into the in-game client, we have added the ability to price check items you can find more easily. Control-Alt-clicking an item will now search for it on the trade market,
Wait.
showing you the current prices.
So you don't need to have
For
the
rare
fucking
items,
macro.
it's handy to exclude some mods. So we added the ability to enable and disable each mod
They just-
so you can see what effect each one
No
has
more
on the
send a
price.
PoE trade. Oh
Next
my
up,
God.
we're going to be talking about the new supporter packs for Return of the
Dude,
Ancients.
this is so good, man.
Today, we're launching
I
two
am-
new series of supporter packs.
I am so
Blood
happy.
Reaver and Divinity
Wow.
packs. Each tier contains the pack's
have
full
a
face
bird
value
with
in
you?
points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions.
I might have to buy that. So I have another
As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic
That is
and
so
do
cool.
not affect your character's power or progression in any way.
Uh-huh.
The Blood Reaver series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
I get 2 extra
Let
minions.
blood fuel your bloodshed. The Exsanguinator weapon effect draws the blood of enemies you've slain and funnels it into your weapons.
That's cool.
Turn the appearance of your endurance, frenzy, and power charges
Like blood
into
orbs?
orbiting globules of blood with the Blood Reaver charges.
Yeah.
While your charges are active, these blood orbs will grow in size when you absorb more blood from nearby enemies.
That's cool.
There are options to have pure blood charges, or charges that still display which kind of charge they are at their core.
That's
A
so
taste
cool.
for blood doesn't negate a taste for style. The Elite Blood Reaver armor features crimson leathers and golden accents to set yourself apart from uncivilized leeches. It also features a back attachment, fashioned out of the
What does it
wing
do?
of a colossal bat.
I don't see it. Oh, now I see it.
Alongside every Blood Reaver is
confused.
their trusted gargoyle pet. In true gargoyle fashion,
Does it
they
help
take
bite?
the form of a stone statue when you are idle,
Oh, man.
leaping into action when you're on the move again.
War accurate.
What good is immortality if you don't have a vast mansion to come home to at the end of the day?
Dracula.
The Eternal Blood Reaver supporter pack contains the Blood Reaver Manor Hideout. This exquisite 2-story estate features an organ, a grand
Damn.
dining table,
It's like
and
people's bodies?
cages for your visitors. You can alter the
Can you
walls to
put
create as
somebody in
many
it?
or few rooms as you like. Last but not least, the Servant of the Manor, eternally bound to the Order of the Blood Reavers. This henchman will manage your store, so you can spend more time spilling blood.
Jesus.
Won't disappoint you. But if we do, you've our permission to beat us most violently.
That's nuts.
The Divinity Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Call on Divinity to aid you in eluding enemy hits with the Divinity Dodge Roll effect. As you sprint, actual Divine Lightning wings will form out of your back, leaving a trail of radiance as you engage or escape from combat. For situations that are too dicey, call on the gods above to send down the Storm of Divinity portal to create a safe passage for you to retreat through. Adorn yourself with the Knight of Divinity armor set, a highly revered attire only bestowed to those deemed worthy for the divine cause. Equipping the Divine Surge character effect empowers you with a storm of divine energy. Using skills causes the storm to burst from your character, spilling raw divinity into the area around you. The Arbiter of Divinity wings are the final piece remaining to emphasize the force Divinity has over this realm. This ancient precursor machine was found locked away in a highly guarded vault. Its original purpose is unclear, but it has been altered to fuel your maps using the pure, everlasting divinity within the statue. The pillars surrounding represent how many portals you have left for your map. This map device also tracks your progress as you complete the new Origins of Divinity storyline, added this expansion. Additionally, all microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made available for use in Path
That
of
looks
Exile
fucking
1.
cool.
On release weekend,
Wait,
we will
you
also
have
be
all
releasing the
PoE 1?
Return of the Ancients mystery box, which
Holy
will contain
shit.
2 armor sets, a set of map devices for your in-game adventures, a new tracking scroll that records the amount of currency you've gained from the currency exchange
Jesus.
or your shop, and much more, like a set of finisher effects and affinity stashes.
Ooh.
That's not all, however.
Of course
The
not.
Fragment Stash tab is finally coming to Path of Exile 2.
Oh, wow.
And
I'm
with
not
it
familiar
comes some
with this.
tabception. Inside this one tab, there's a tab for your various boss key fragments. There's also a tab
It's like
for
a little
all your
folder,
precursor
see?
tablets, with each type of tablet getting 6 tabs of storage. Finally,
Tab
there's a
section?
tab
Yes.
for your gin barriers and inscribed ultimatums,
Uh-huh.
both of which get their own 6 tabs. That's a
That's
lot of
amazing.
tabs.
Great.
So that's everything in 050. This
Oh,
is by
that's it?
far the biggest update we've ever made
Yeah.
to PoE 1 or 2. New in-game
Oh my
storylines,
god.
pinnacle bosses,
Oh my
crafting
god.
systems, items, ascendancy classes, and so much more.
What the
And
fuck,
because this
man?
update contains so much in-game content, we're doing significantly more testing than usual.
That's what's
For that to
made-
happen, we're taking a little longer than usual between the announcement and the release. 050 will be released in 3 weeks on May the 29th.
This is gonna
with
go
the patch
so
notes
hard.
being released on the Friday before that, on May 21st. But there's just one more thing to talk about. Now that the endgame is up to scratch, we have to start talking about a plan for 1.0 release.
Oh.
The feedback we've had during early access has been critical for making all the improvements that we'll be making to the game. At the same time, we had to create enough in-game content to make an RPG that can call itself a successor to Path of Exile 1.
Right.
Well, with 050, we now believe we have reached that point. And so this is going to be the last full-size league during early access. That's right. The next big update is going to be 1.0. Now, normally we would do our next big content release in August, but in the run-up to full release, our plans take a little longer on this one. As big as 050 is, 1.0 is even bigger. So we'll be launching 1.0 this year sometime after ExileCon. But that doesn't mean we won't be doing updates in the meantime. In this final phase, we have a lot of things to polish throughout the game and balance to improve. I'm sure there'll also be feedback about the new endgame that we need to incorporate too. The difference is that the focus is not going to be on adding more content like the previous updates. It's going to be on improving what we already have.
Make it better, yeah.
But we still want to encourage people to try out all the balance changes and improvements that we're making. So we're going to be running a few event leagues during this phase alongside each update. Think remixes of existing mechanics or features.
Oh.
And speaking of
that's probably a
ExileCon,
good idea.
don't forget to pencil it in on the weekend of November the 7th in New Zealand. ExileCon is a gathering
So
of our
that's where they're
players,
gonna announce
and a chance
everything.
for us to showcase everything we're working on for both Path of Exile 1 and 2. And this one will be particularly important for us, since we finally get to unveil some of the coolest content that we've been working on for a
Bunch
while
of
now,
rogues.
Back 5 and 6. Tickets for the in-person event are currently sold out,
November.
but don't worry. All the
Already?
announcements and talks are going to be streamed online for all of you to watch.
Oh my god.
Now, I'm personally so excited for this.
Really?
This is
Yeah.
the year
The
that
OG.
PoE 2 comes out.
He got me
The
into
campaign
PoE
is
1.
finally finished. It's been 8 years to get
14
here.
years
We're
ago.
finally near the finish line. And with that, it's time to move on to our live Q&A.
Oh my god. I usually don't watch the Q&As. I think that's we've gone through it. Oh my god. This is insane. Like, I really gotta say that I actually think this is probably one of the biggest patches they've ever done. This is unreal. Source Safer 1.0? Well, I don't know what their plan is really with everything. I have no idea. But just in general, I can't get more. Yeah, this is insane, man. Like, what is PoE? Oh my god. And they just announced the full release. So the game is coming out this year. It's really funny that's happening because somebody asked me earlier, it was like yesterday, they said, when do you think PoE 2 is going to come out? I said probably a year or a little bit longer. And apparently not. It's coming out this year. Holy shit. Original PoE. Okay, so this is the original. Just keep in mind, this is the original PoE 1 trailer. Okay, let's watch it. Just for comparison, guys. So you get an idea of where. So this is PoE 1 announcement trailer 15 years ago, 2010. Years later. That's insane. Merveil was the only boss fight? Whenever I played, the Vol Oversoul was the last boss. You played through Acts 1 and 2 4 times. And then you have system. man. Free to play online. Join the community. Isn't that insane? Fucking how many years ago? 15, 16 almost years ago, right? And I got the beta. Yeah, I got in. So I remember very clearly what it was with me is that I started playing when Kriparian was interviewing Chris Wilson on his stream, because I would watch Kriparian every single day. And he was like my favorite streamer because I was like, most streamers were garbage, right? They were bad at the game. So I didn't want to watch a loser. So I was watching Kriparian. And so I was going through everything, and I come home from my dad's house. I remember everything about this, right? I come home from my dad's house, and they had a free weekend to play the game. And so I'm watching him play it, and at the beginning, I actually thought he was playing Diablo 2. And then I found out it was a new game that was being made. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump in the game. I'm gonna play the game for this free weekend. And I think I played like of the 3 days that the game was like available to play for free, I played it for like 100 hours. It was like insane. I played it like ridiculous amount of time. And so I did all of this, and I loved the game so much that at the time I was a student. I was in college at the time, and I had like $34 or like $32 in my bank account. And you had to donate $20 to keep playing it beyond that weekend. And I did. I spent the majority of my net worth at the time on PoE 1 to be able to play the game. And so the easy choice, exactly. And so that was really it. Like all the way back then, the math ain't mathing. Oh, it did for me. And so best financial decision ever made, one of them, right? And so then after that, I played the game constantly, right? I played it a lot, and what's really funny about it is that when PoE 1 came out, everybody was like at that point coming down from Diablo 4, like or Diablo 3. I mean, people were frustrated about the game, and like this is the point whenever I was playing, and like I went from like Diablo 3 to PoE 2 or PoE 1. And like the entire general chat was just people talking about how bad Diablo 3 was, because like at the time, like a lot of people didn't really like a lot of the changes that they made with Diablo 4 or Diablo. Yeah, I keep saying this. It was Diablo 3 at the time. And so what I always thought was super funny is that in the PoE 1 chat, everybody was spamming about how it was better than Diablo 3. And whenever the PoE 2 beta comes out, everybody was spamming about how it was better than Diablo 4. Oh my god. It was really funny. D3 was a disappointment. Well, I mean, I think that really, okay, so D3 was really fun on release. Like, I liked it, but it just had, like, the problem, and this is the issue that Blizzard had, was, like, there were so many unnecessary L's with D3. And also, like, with D4, I feel like the game is a lot different. I haven't really played it enough to, like, really have that strong of an opinion on it, at least recently. But, like, the reason why I don't really, like, this is why I don't really play a lot of Diablo 4 right now, is that I feel like they're just, it's not interesting to me. Like, I don't find the game to be interesting. It's just, you just continually play for, like, you know, like kind of scripted numerical upgrades for you to continually play. And I just got kind of bored with it. And I'm gonna be real, like, whenever I fought that tutorial boss in D4, like, I did it on, like, the hardest difficulty, which is, like, they said it was, like, you're supposed to have, like, legendaries and shit. I didn't have anything, so I just fought the boss, like, raw. And in doing so, I had to actually, like, deal with, like, a lot of the mechanic intricacies. And because of that, no, you didn't? Well, I think I did, right? Yeah, no, I did. It was on the penitent difficulty, which was the hardest one. And so I did that, and I was, like, interacting, like, the way that, for example, you move in the game and the way that characters interact with you and the roll or dodge function, it just felt shitty. That's really all I can say. Like, it did not feel good to play. And I think that there is a certain degree of, like, responsiveness and a tactile nature that PoE 2 had that is just better. It's just better. It is. Like, it's more precise. It's more measured, it's more accurate, and I just think that it plays better. And that was the one thing that I held Diablo 3 over PoE 1 with, is that I think that, this might be an unpopular opinion, I think Diablo 3 played better than PoE 1. And I think that there are a few exceptions, like if you have Tailwind and everything else, like towards the end of an in-game build, yeah, maybe PoE 1 plays better. But in a general sense, I felt that Diablo 3 played better. And obviously, I think that for sure Diablo 4 played better. But then PoE 2 came around, and like, you know, I'm a big person around like combat and gameplay. That's the main thing that I care about. I care about that more than anything else in a video game. So the moment that like I'm thinking about that, that's my main focus. Like I don't really care about anything else really besides that. So true, I got 2,000 hours in Diablo 3 and 300 hours in PoE 1. Yeah, sure. And they locked the fuck in for PoE 2. And that's the main thing that I wanted because, you know, like that's one of the things that, you know, you play a game like Elden Ring, for example, and like it's the difference between Souls games and Souls likes. Is that there's a certain level of like just precision and quality that like From Software has that almost no other developer is really able to lock in. They're just simply not able to do it for whatever reason. And because of that, I kind of expected, I mean, because Blizzard used to be like the pinnacle of this, right? Like Overwatch, I think, is so responsive and it plays so well. You might not like the way that, you know, the game objectives or, you know, like the game itself, but like if you look at the way that it plays and the way that it responds, it's just fucking perfect, right? And so it's kind of odd that Diablo 4 has regressed and they've moved away from that now, right? So yeah, that's it. We're gonna start calling the genre exile-like. I think people have been doing that for a while, actually. So it's not anything new at all. Agreed, and the netcode is so clean feeling. It is. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think this has just been an amazing fucking event. And I'm really impressed. I'm tremendously, massively impressed. I'm definitely going to play the game. I'll tell you that. I'm 100% going to play the game. I'm really excited for it. And that's really about all there is to it. I'm super happy. That's awesome. If From Software is like Swiss made, yeah, sure, right? D4 new expansion's pretty responsive, man. You play PoE 2 and you'll see the difference, right? And what is this here? Street Medical are bad. I was feds yesterday, occupied again.